Welcome back everyone. The iPhone 13s just came out, and it's funny because I'm about to compare these phones to all the other iPhones that ever came out. I did a quick comparison the other day, and honestly, I looked at the iPhone 11s. I've already pre-ordered all the iPhone 13s, and I was looking through the specs and everything, and I'm like, dude, there really isn't that crazy big of a difference between even an iPhone 11 and the iPhone 13, and I kind of appreciate and love my iPhone 11 from 2019 a little bit more than my iPhone 13 that I just pre-ordered. And I think the main reason about this is, like I mentioned almost in every single comparison video I do, it's the price per dollar standpoint. Apple went ahead and with their iPhone 13 launch dropped, full brand new support of the iPhone XR, so that $499 price tag was vacant. Apple went ahead and dropped the iPhone 11 price tag to that iPhone XR price tag to $499, and it was already pretty good value at $599, but now at $499, this is such a good phone for the price tag. The iPhone 13 is over $300 more than this specific phone, and to be honest, it's way more better of a price per dollar standpoint than an iPhone 13. We recently just got word too that the iPhone 13s, the battery sizes are pretty much almost the same. It's about a 3,000 something milliamp battery. I think it's like 3,100 or 3,046, something like that. The iPhone 11's battery size is actually pretty much almost the same thing as that, and that was a pretty big thing. It's also a lower resolution display. It is a IPS panel, but to be honest, my iPhone 11's battery life is still very good, and the fact that the iPhone 13's battery life from 2 years later is about the same size as this one is pretty impressive for the fact that Apple is really making small improvements to the battery sizes, and for some reason the battery life is improving this much, so they say. So that makes me really happy about the iPhone 11 currently, just because of that battery size. On top of that, the build quality from what we've seen at the iPhone 12 and 13 are pretty much the same thing. The build quality is going to be almost identical on both of these phones. Yes, there's flat sides, and yes, there's an OLED display and a smaller notch on the iPhone 13, but we still have a notch. The iPhone 11 still has a notch. So when you compare this phone and the iPhone 13, you can see that there's so much similarity between the two. There's still not a USB-C port, and we don't have ProMotion on the iPhone 13 except for the 13 Pros. And because of that, the similarity between the iPhone 11 and the iPhone 13 is just out of the roof. I mean, it's so much more similar than not that it makes me think that if somebody's walking into the Apple store, let alone the iPhone 11 versus iPhone 13, the iPhone 12 versus iPhone 13, because Apple's still selling the iPhone 12 in the store too. It really makes me interested to see how the sales numbers of the iPhone 13s are going to go when people can just go and compare them side by side to an iPhone 11 or 13. Now, on top of that, they did mention there's new improvements to the camera, so I'm pretty sure those are going to be better. But as far as I know, the video resolutions are still the same on both, so the same 4K at 60 on both the front and the back camera, so that's another pretty big thing. The iPhone 11 was the first one to be able to get 4K at 60 on the front, and that's been the same on every iPhone since then except for the SE2, and we still have that capability on the iPhone 13, which is great, but I will be curious to see the difference in quality. We still have the same exact lenses on both as well, no LiDAR sensor on the iPhone 13, so the cameras are almost the same. You still have the same type of wireless charging. I mean, you still have pretty much the same exact thing on both of these phones. The main difference is that OLED display that came with the iPhone 12, but also just, the flat sides. It's a faster phone. It's going to be giving you better cameras. It's going to be giving you those types of things. But when I hold my iPhone 11, and even when I held my iPhone 12 and I looked at the iPhone 13, I'm just super happy about the value that the iPhone 11 has over the value of the iPhone 13. And it makes me excited, in a couple of years when the iPhone 13 will be at the iPhone 11 price tag, but I guess we'll see what happens in the future. But I think the iPhone 11 is a much better value per dollar than the iPhone 13 for sure, and it really made me appreciate the iPhone 11 a lot more than the iPhone 13. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any other questions or anything like that, let me know in the comment section below. Hit the like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. More importantly, everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out till then.